Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go deep into the world of Scotty Cameron to talk about a putter that at one point or another has been in the bags of players like Justin Thomas and Patrick Cantlay, as well as Max Homa. The putter is going to be this one right here. This is a Scotty Cameron Phantom 5.5, and I want to figure out what about this little putter is such a big deal. Why has it had so much success on the PGA Tour, and can it help you hole more putts? Let's go. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the Phantom 5.5, how it's made, and what makes it different than other Scotty Cameron putters that are going to be out there. Like the other Phantom putters, the Phantom 5.5 is all about higher MOI, about making this putter more stable on slightly off-center hits. See, everybody's putting stroke isn't perfect all the time, even the most elite players. So by going with a putter that has a higher MOI standing, of course, for moment of inertia, the putter's going to twist less on slightly off-center hits, and that's going to make all of your putts roll out along your intended target line more effectively and more often. Now, in the Phantom putter line, all the silver material here, all this chrome material is actually going to be milled 303 stainless steel. But if we turn the putter over on the bottom, you're going to see a lot of black material here. That is all going to be 6061 aircraft grade aluminum, which is significantly lighter than the 303 stainless steel. And so by taking out a big hunk of 303 stainless down here, replacing it with an aluminum sole plate, that creates a lot of discretionary weight for Cameron and his design team. And they were able to actually extend out this heel and toe area in here, these sort of wing-like extensions. We've seen this be a really popular way to increase the moment of inertia. Again, all about stability in this putter. Cameron has also designed a pair of sole weights here in the bottom of the Phantom 5.5 and the other Phantom putters as well. They're not designed to be replaced or swapped out by consumers and by golfers, but custom fitters can use them to adjust the swing weight of the golf club. Longer putters are going to get lighter weights, shorter putters are going to get heavier weights, all to keep the swing weight constant. But of course, if a player wants an especially heavy putter, a custom fitter can put in heavier weights if that's what they want. So now there are a couple of things about this putter specifically that I think are going to make it especially attractive to PGA Tour, LPGA, DP World Tour players. The first one is going to be this short slant neck hosel. You see, putters obviously can come in a variety of different hosel configurations, but when you go with the short slant neck, like a lot of players seem to, you get a nice amount of toe hang, about say 30 to 45 degrees worth of toe hang. That type of toe hang and that type of balance is going to reward a slightly arced stroke. And many players on the PGA Tour, many of the most elite players, tend to have an arced stroke. They tend to go inside on the takeaway, square the putter back up at the moment of contact, and then release the putter head as they follow through. So typically, or I should say historically, blade style putters have done that very well with their hosel configurations, whereas up until a few years ago, mallet style putters tended to create what was called face balance, which is where you would get the putter face when you balance it to point straight up to the sky. That was more for the straight back, straight through stroke. So now you've got a high MOI putter in a very compact shape that's going to be rewarding to the type of stroke that many elite players are going to like. And I think that's one of the big reasons why you're seeing so many Phantom 5.5s out on the PGA Tour. The other thing that I think is really attractive to a lot of players is just the overall size. This is not a big mallet putter. This is actually surprisingly small and compact. Every time I pick this putter up, I'm surprised at exactly how short the blade length is. It's shorter than many of the Newport style putters that have been extremely popular for Scotty Cameron for a long, long time. It's also very short from front to back, going from the face here to these back winds. It's not a very large putter. So if you're setting this thing down and you're a player who is used to looking at a blade style putter, this is not going to be especially jarring. This is not going to be something that's going to create a lot of visual distractions. If you're a blade player and you put a Phantom 5.5 down, you're going to be able to sort of see the remnants of your Newport or Newport 2 or something like that. That type of putter, you'll see echoes of that in this shape, and that is very specifically by design from Cameron and his team. Now, something you'll notice right away when you put the Phantom 5.5 down behind the ball is that there are several different lines and several different angles within the putter head itself that are all designed to draw your eye forward towards the golf ball. You can sort of see that obviously you've got the three dots that are going to be on the top line, which is especially thick in my opinion. But then you notice how the angles coming off of the toe and the heel, both are pointing out towards the golf ball. And there's also a couple of sort of lines extending behind the top line that are also pointed out towards the golf ball. Everything is basically sending your eyes towards the ball when you're in the address position, which makes it even easier to aim. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. I think once you really set the putter head down behind the golf ball, any of the visual distractions that you think you might see when you're looking down at this putter, if you think it's going to be big, if you think it's going to be cumbersome looking, they just sort of drift away. So like the other Phantom putters that were released in early 2024, the 5.5 has a dual milling pattern across the hitting area. That dual milling pattern is created by 2 passes of the milling machine. The first pass is going to create the sort of swirled pattern that you can see, and it goes pretty deeply into the face itself, and that's going to help to create a sort of richer sound, a deeper sound that Scotty Cameron says a lot of the most elite players and the better players are really looking for. However, a second pass of the milling machine flattens out the points that are created by the first pass, sort of shaving off, if you will, the pointed parts. And what that does is put more of the steel in contact with the golf ball to further enhance feel. So it's a new process. It was originally put in place, this dual milling process, with the Super Select family a couple of years ago, and it's carried over into the Phantom line for 2024. So like, sound and feel are very subjective things. To some people, the sound of Keith Richards hitting a C chord on his Strat might be absolutely the best thing ever, while other people may think that sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard. When I hear a golf ball being struck by a Phantom 5.5, to me, it has a very solid feel. And from a milled putter, that's exactly what I would expect. I think a lot of players who are used to using inserts within their putters, when they listen to the Scotty Cameron series putters that have the dual milling, may think that it sounds a little bit softer than they anticipate. They may feel it's a little bit muted. And if you're somebody who's coming from a Scotty Cameron putter that has a smooth face or a single mill, not that deep mill, and certainly not the dual mill that these Phantom putters have, then this also may sound especially soft. That is by design. More and more players on the PGA Tour have been telling Cameron and his team that they like the sound of the deeper milling, that they like the performance that they feel that they get, with sound equating to feel, and feel being so important with distance control. So Scotty Cameron basically and his team are listening to the best putters in the world who are telling them, this is what we like, and we like it because it helps us with our distance control. And so for me, I'm right there along with them. I think a lot of players out there will feel the same way. Now, I will let you in on a little bit of a secret, in that the golf ball that you play and the compression of your golf ball can alter the sound of your putts. Golf balls that have a higher compression, that are firmer, will make more of a clicking sound, whereas very low compression golf balls will make a lower pitch, softer sound as well. So it's not just your putter, it also is your golf ball. And I'll get into that in another video. So those are probably some of the big reasons why so many professionals on the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, the All-PGA, are using a Scotty Cameron Phantom 5.5 putter. It has a shape that is very pleasing to their eye. It has a balance and a hosel mechanism that allows them to use their natural strokes. It increases the amount of forgiveness that they're going to have. So if they don't putt it absolutely perfectly, it's still going to give them a really good roll and help them hold their line a little bit more effectively. And this compact size is just something that many of them are attracted to. If they've been blade players, they can come over to a putter like this and the transition isn't too bad. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily the right putter for you. How do you know if a Scotty Cameron Phantom 5.5 putter can help you hole more putts? You've got to go and make sure that you get custom fit. You have to make sure, working with a good fitter, getting on something like a Sam Putt Lab, that this type of putter and this type of hosel mechanism is going to reward your stroke. If you're a player who has a slightly arched putting stroke, then this type of putter probably matches up really, really well with the stroke that you naturally make. If you're somebody who tries to, or naturally does, make a straight back, straight through stroke, a putter that has toe hang like this will be probably challenging for you to use. It's going to fight your natural stroke. Almost everybody would benefit from the greater stability and the increased forgiveness that mallet-style putters can deliver. What more pros have discovered over the last few years, and what I think a lot more recreational golfers have come to enjoy as well, is that you can get many of the benefits of a high MOI putter in a compact shape. You can get the kind of sound that players are looking to get from things like this dual milling pattern that are going to be on the Phantom series. If those are the things that check off the boxes, and you go through and you work with a good custom fitter, then I think a putter like a Scotty Cameron Phantom 5.5 can work for a vast number, a really big number of players. So look, that's pretty much everything I think you probably need to know about the Scotty Cameron Phantom series, and specifically about the 5.5, and why so many players on tour have switched to it, and why I think a lot of players at home could probably benefit from a putter like this as well. If you got some good information out of this video, video. It would be really helpful, and I would really appreciate it if you would smash that like button as well as subscribe to my channel. And if you have any more questions that I didn't cover in this video, please feel free to drop them in the comment area below. I do try and answer as many questions from people as I possibly can. I monitor that comment area pretty closely, so I'm here to help you try and get a little bit more information and maybe make a little better purchasing decisions along the way. So thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.